Well, I guess it's that time of the year again. It seems that summer came and went in the blink of an eye, and ahead of us now is the long, bleak, cold winter. So I'm getting prepared. I'm stocking up on my firewood to heat the workshop through the long, cold months ahead. Now this is a regular routine for me when it gets cold. Sawing wood, splitting up logs, cleaning out the log burner, sweeping the flue, taking out the ashes. Now, it's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. It takes quite a bit of sort of cleaning, really, if you know what I mean. Right, let's light the fire. Gosh, I'm filthy. Bloody hell. Yes, Aid, you filthy animal. I've had this Outbacker log burner for several years now, and I've put many tons of wood through it over that time. Once you get a good burn going inside, it puts out a lot of heat, and has been the difference between me using the shed or not, as it can transform a 0-degree space to something which is a more tolerable 12 to 15 degrees in about an hour. Yes, I still need to wear my winter woolies, but without that warm glow, I'm more likely to remain indoors and not in the shed making things. But the wood burner is starting to show its age, and has had a few weld repairs to the base, as it is wearing quite thin. And, as you have seen, there is a measurable quantity of labour which must be put in to enable me to enjoy a semi-warm workshop. But it is also full of other conveniences. It's dusty, it's smoky, it's dirty, and you need to keep it attended and stocked with fuel. So this recently got me thinking about what viable alternatives were out there. Welcome back to the shed. Now, the very kind people at Banggood must have been reading my mind as they reached out to me and sent along this diesel air parking heater for me to try out in the workshop. Now, this is the H-Calorie HBH2 self-contained portable unit. It has a generous 5-litre internal fuel tank, and the heating settings are controlled via this detachable digital control panel. It is physically connected to the heater, but H-Calorie have conveniently included a 1.5 metre extension wire so that the panel can be mounted away from the heater. Also included is a stainless steel exhaust pipe, a muffler and fittings, and an air intake filter system and a short, flexible, expandable heat direction pipe. Now, the H-Cal HBH2 needs a DC power supply between 12 and 24 volts and comes with a battery connection cable to hook it up to your vehicle battery system. But I intend to run the heater in a fixed position in my workshop, so a UK AC adapter was also included. So this can run direct from the mains electricity supply in my shed, and in the event of a power blackout, I still have the ability to run the heater from a battery supply. The input and exhaust system needs to be assembled before use, and 4 small feet are to be bolted to the base of the heater to allow it to be freestanding and not fixed directly to a vehicle floor pan. All the fixings and accessories are supplied with the heater, although I would recommend upgrading the Jubilee type hose clamps, as they are very easily over tightened and will fail. According to the specification, this unit is rated at 8 kilowatts and will consume approximately 450 millilitres of diesel per hour on the high heat 10 setting, allowing the heater to burn constantly on full heat for about 11 hours from the internal 5-litre fuel tank. If using the heater on H1 low setting, the heater will continuously heat for over 40 hours straight. Of course, using the smart algorithmic thermostatic control, the duty cycle will be reduced, extending the runtime of the heater. Now, the unit boasts a 1.8 kilogram aluminium heat exchanger, which can further reduce fuel consumption by up to 28%, according to the data. The fittings of the intake and exhaust was a bit of a challenge due to the awkward angle. The clips need to fit into the recess under the heater, so some of this was temporarily abandoned during my build, knowing that I will likely modify the exhaust and air intake system shortly after installation anyway, so I didn't want to go through that pain twice. So next to my log burner, I have a space where I previously kept my firewood, so I thought it would make the ideal place for the heater to live. Now, it should fit inside here neatly, but I will need to make the shelf above removable so that I can access the fuel filler cap to be able to add fresh diesel. A quick tidy up and a vacuum to get rid of the dust and the old cobwebs was done to prep the area and allow access for me to drill a hole in the external wall for the exhaust pipe. Now, this is how it feels to be a spider in my workshop. Anyway, a hole was drilled for the exhaust, which will be patched up with fire cement once placement has been confirmed. I bought some regular diesel to fill the tank, although I will be looking into the availability of heating oil and kerosene in my area, as it is a cheaper alternative. The heater foot plates were screwed to 2 pieces of wood to raise it further away from my wooden floor, but this allows it to slide into position, allowing easy removal when required. It's now just a case of tightening up the Jubilee band around the exhaust output to prevent the gases entering the workshop space. So now I'm going to turn the power on. Hope it doesn't go bang. No, it didn't go bang. Oh, it's come on, look. It's actually come on. So I don't know what these things do. So I may move that if it starts, if it's looking like it's going to get a bit hot. But so basically, simply we turn it on, and as you can see, well, it's 15 degrees in here. Well, it's 15 degrees there. Okay, so we go OK, and then we come. Right, so I still haven't fully read the manual on how to control this thing, but I did find that random jabbing of the buttons seemed to work quite well. Right, here we go. So that's set for 10. High 10. Now it goes through a little process. First of all, that's it, high 5. Now the clicking you can hear is the fuel pump. It's just come on now, look. Yeah. And what that does, it's just a little pulse pump, so that'll start to feed up into the burner. The glow plug will heat the little mesh shield that it's got around it, and that'll glow red hot. And then of course the So, with my camera being so close to the heater, my audio commentary was drowned out by the noise from the fan. But essentially it was just a test on how quickly the heater could get up to temperature. The panel light times out, so I had to keep returning to activate it again for the videoing. But the timestamp on the panel shows that it goes from starting at 16:06, and just 6 minutes later the temperature was up to 74.8 degrees. On another test I ran, I got 108 degrees, and that was recording inside the flexible duct. And after about 30 minutes, the workshop was getting nice and warm. So the heater comes with, instruction manual, as you'd expect in several different languages. And, well, I followed the instruction manual so that I could get the heater all assembled. There was a few slightly different parts. Rather than the exhaust pipe coming directly out the bottom for mine, there was an angle piece included, which meant it can come directly out the side, and then it goes outside of the shed. But yeah, usual stuff: safety instructions, how the control panel works, what all the icons mean. It's start-up operation, shut-down operation, blah blah blah. Manual mode. It's got a total of like 10. Well, it says gears, but 10 heating settings from H1 to HH10. And the heater has 3 control methods: Bluetooth control with the app, remote control with the key fob, and of course manual control with the LCD panel. The Smart app provides setup for the timer function, thermostatic control, temperature adjustment and automatic start and stop settings, which provides you with a convenient control over the heating methods to suit your needs. Okay, so now Android one, Play Store link. Okay, go there, and that's the one. H calorie.
Hong Kong King Who Limited. Okay, so I'm going to install that. Just have to wait for it to install, of course. So we're quite interested. Now I'm going to open it. Please add a device. So,
well, as you can see, I'm a bit useless with mobile technology, but for those who are familiar with using Bluetooth smart home apps, then this will likely be a breeze. A warm breeze, hopefully. But it shows that this is one of the 3 smart options for controlling the heater, and using the app gives full functionality to set automatic time settings and the intelligent start-stop functions. I, personally, will mostly just use the key fob remote, as I can start the heater from within the house, say 30 minutes prior to going out, and simply control it that way. And the heater can also be manually controlled via the LCD panel. An automatic start-stop function. So, for instance, you can set it up so if the temperature drops below, say, -1, something like that, you can then set it to automatically come on and then warm the room up, say to, 60 degrees or something like that. So it's like an anti-frost, really. So if you've got, if you've got pets, like rabbits in a pen or something, or you just don't want your sort of shed to get too cold, you can set that and it'll automatically come on when it reaches a set temperature. So that's pretty handy as well. And of course, by using the little remote, this works. I'm not sure of the distance. I think it said it was about 10 meters or something like that. So I'll have to try that with my heater when it's set up. When I'm inside the house, I can turn it on and then give it sort of half an hour to warm up before I come out here if it's freezing cold. So yeah, that's the wireless remote control. And oh gosh, the phone's ringing. Hold on a minute. Right, where was I? Yes, automatic start and stop. So it's temperature dependent. You can set it up for that. And it has an altitude setting, so if you're the sort of person who finds themselves at the top of mountains and stuff, you can set that so it runs better with obviously the lower quantity of oxygen in the air. Not something that I'll ever be using, of course. They go all the way up depending on how hot it's getting.
red being, you know, there's another one on red when it's on 10. But yeah, that seems quite good. So it's starting to warm up. It's getting hot now actually. Looking good. And this little device here has got, it's just come up with the time actually, so whether it got that through the Bluetooth, I'm not sure, but it says 12 o'clock and it says 12 o'clock here as well. So yeah, it's showing the Bluetooth symbol. Looking good. I don't know what else the app can do because, oh, my knees. Because obviously I haven't really gone through it yet. This is the first time I've tried it. Gear. Ah, right, okay. So yeah, we're on 5, and that's on 5 as well. So if I just go for a walk up the garden, I've temporarily got just the pipe sticking out, and I've put a little baffle on the end, but I do need to sort that out. As you can see, I need to sort all that out because it's all a right bloody mess at the minute. But anyway, I'm going to walk up the garden, and I'm guessing it will still connect from as far away as I can get. So if I now go up to 6, 7, 8, and I presume it's is it on 8? And yes, it is. It's on number 8. So it seems to work from a distance far enough away, or whether it caught up with the Bluetooth when I got here, I don't really know. I'll tell you what I'll do then, in that case. I'll go around the front of the house. I mean, that's going to be a pretty long way, really. Okay. So I've actually got Bluetooth connection failed. Okay. So retry. And I mean, I'm quite a distance away, to be fair. Not connected. Oh, it has. It's reconnected. So hopefully from the well, what I really want to test is, will it do it from the house? In fact, I can get my the other little remote, and I will read the instructions. Well, I say I will, I might. So I mean, if I'm here. So, is it on 10? And yes, it's on 10. Okay, so it works about, I don't know, what's that, 10 metres? I think that was what it said in the manual. So anyway, that's it. That's working. So that works. The app works, which I've not got up at the minute, have I? Because I've closed it. Okay. So, to summarise, this heater that was sent to me is really quite nice. I wasn't sure what I was going to expect at the time with the, you know, whether the temperature will be enough to warm a shed. And I mean, it still hasn't got very cold in the shed, so it hasn't had its full test, you know, when it's sort of minus something. However, I found it good. It's nice and easy to, nice and simple to operate, you know, with the control panel. I've done a slight modification rather than it coming out the front. I've set that so it comes out the back, which is it's better for me because I want to raise this up, you know, with the extra long wire they sent me. I want to be able to raise it up, and I didn't really want the wire hanging out the front. I'm going to make some sort of cover there to just cover that ugly hole up. So yeah, I mean, it's been good. When I started, I put in, well, it was just under 4 litres there. Well, it says 5 litre max. Obviously there's you get to 4, you're 80% full. And I've used, well, I've got about half a litre left. And I've probably run, well, I've run it for, you know, in the evenings for a week, each night, probably 3 hours a night, something like that. I had the temperature set to 22 and just let it do its thing, really. You know, I mean, my shed isn't fantastically insulated, you know, but it got up to a nice comfortable temperature, 20 odd degrees, and I just left this thing, you know, running while I was in there. Turned it off when I went out, when, you know, when I closed up. So what does that work out? You tell me. 3.5 litres divided by, say, 15 hours. It's at least, well, it's at least five hours per litre, isn't it? So that ain't bad going, I don't think. Obviously, it's probably wasn't running full bore. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, I like it all. There's nothing really to complain about. I'm going to make some further modifications to the exhaust pipe. I've seen them, other people on YouTube and that. They've actually built a radiator. Some of them have been using a, you know, a standard water system radiator, obviously without the water, and just pipe it up so that some of the heat which comes out the exhaust, which is considerable actually. I mean, you know, I've measured this at over 200 degrees. So, and that of course gets pumped straight outside. So that's an awful lot of heat loss, which seems a bit of a shame really to do that, when you could pipe it through some sort of pipe system internally and allow at least some of that heat to you know, propagate into the air of the shed. So I'm going to be doing that. I don't know what I'm going to do it with yet. I'm not really very good at welding stainless pipe, and stainless pipe's expensive, so I might build it out of copper pipe, but use silver solder to make the joints, so that the, you know, soft solder obviously melts around 250, so it's getting a bit close, to be honest. I don't want the whole thing just collapsing, falling apart on the first use, you know, after I put so much effort in to build it. So yeah, I will be using silver solder to make that. But yeah, all in all, it's a very good little heater. I bought a few little extras for it, which I've lost. Hold on. I bought a T shape, which you know, has helped me so I can divert the air in different places. And you know, I bought some extra pipe as well. I am thinking about getting perhaps some you know, like the rigid galvanized spiral ducting, you know, 75mm. And I'm also thinking about mounting this higher up than where it is, so that I can have the ducting running sort of you know, along the roof of the inside of the shed, and then perhaps little vents coming down, so which can be, you know, dampered, etc. And I just think that would be a more what's the word? I just think that would be an easy way really to control the heat and at least put it where I want it. So this might well be mounted a bit further up from you know, where I had it initially. But yeah, very pleased with it. Obviously it seems to have a good fuel economy. It's a bit noisy, I must say. You know, when I'm filming like I am now, obviously I have to turn my radio off, you know, because I love my radio is always on. So I have to turn that off, and unfortunately I'd have to turn this off as well, because you know, it'll be a constant hum in the background otherwise. But generally, you know, when I'm just working, it's fine, doesn't bother me, as you know, my radio is on anyway, like I say. So yeah, I just want to say well, thanks to Banggood for sending me this H calorie heater. It's very welcome in the shed, especially as it's getting cold now. And I mean, if you are interested in buying one of these, head over to the Banggood website, search for the H calorie. There's various machines that they do, so you know, you can find one to suit your sort of you know, what you need. And you'll also I'll have a discount code which you can use. That'll be mentioned down in the description below. So there'll be a discount code, and I think it's site wide, but you know, try it out, see what happens, and I'll put that, like I say, in the description at the bottom. And that's about it really. It's a good little thing. I love it. They're about 150 quid, and that's all they are. Well, anywhere between 120 to 150 quid. So, well, I won't say shop around. I'll say use Banggood, because you'll get my discount there. So, anyway, happy days. And thanks, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.